Alright guys, so we're gonna be removing the I guess you could call this bloopers. We're gonna be removing the mirror cover on the Mercedes. Oh great, I almost fell. Let me fix that. So we're gonna be removing the mirror cover. So I placed one of these plastic trim removal tools. Somehow I'm getting tongue twisted. So we're gonna be removing that. There's also a little section right down over here. It's just what you can actually put a trim removal tool. Actually, wow. You're gonna put it into the little gap. Now the thing is, you don't want to use too much force, because the very first time I owned this vehicle, back then I wanted to change the puddle light. So what happened was, of course, the mirror was lined up and all that. So before I started this, the mirror was technically lined up. So there's a gloss black, not a gloss black, flat black alongside the mirrors on each area. So you want to line up the mirror as much as possible to that flat black. That way when you lift this up, you don't actually crack this mirror. Now if you got the blind spot monitor, this glass alone is about, I think, 180. Good thing I knew somebody at the dealership, so I got it about $40 off. So good deal. But still, it was a waste because I wanted to change the puddle light and I used too much force and broke the glass. So what we're gonna do is apply a little bit of pressure here with the trim removal tool. I swear, I'm getting tongue-tied here. So I got this ready there, so I'm just gonna remove it because technically you don't really need it there. So I'm just gonna apply this there. You notice that, go around it, each side, and just put the trim there. And now you want to do also same thing here. Can't get it on that end. Just be very careful with it. See, the reason why I'm changing this is because the carbon fiber, it basically just got worn out. I left this in the sun too long, back and forth, especially during summertime. So I thought it wasn't, gonna start peeling, so that would be good. You do want to maintain carbon fiber because this is what's gonna happen, especially if they're sitting out in the sun for too long. It starts to melt away the clear coating of it. So it looked really nice, looks really good when it's brand new, just like this. But now it's faded out, so what I want to do is replace it. I'm going to replace it with the same carbon fiber, but it does have like a little extra piece right here, that kind of a triangular shape. Same with the BMW. So no one really has that kind on basically installed in the vehicle. Same with this kind of car. I don't really see anybody around with a carbon fiber mirror cover, so which is kind of cool because again, I'm the only one that has it. So I mean, it's not quite expensive, so I would say it's at a good price, given that it's carbon fiber. It's not huge price to where it's no one can really afford it, but it depends on the person. So I did put a little bit of tape, masking tape, because I don't want to scratch the surface of the mirror and I don't want to take a chance on that. Some people will, but for me, I don't. Knowing the fact that I damaged this before, I don't want to damage it again. Oh, there you go. So it pops right straight up. So the thing is, I'm gonna be replacing this. I just forgot what the name is. Getting too much brain fart here. The rain guard. So that pops right out. It pops out from this. Technically, this gets stationed into this area right here behind the mirror, and it popped out. So let's see if I can fix it. Probably not. Okay, well, kind of dirty, so I'll figure that out after. It's been a long time, so many years since I last replaced this. I would say this lasted about What's the last time I replaced this? Back in 2021 or 2020 during COVID time. So it did take a while. I mean, during those COVID times, shipments, parts took forever. It's like, wow. But nowadays, since we don't have that issue no more, it's a lot better, more well maintained. So this little blue part, you're gonna actually have to put this back in there. So that's the thing. I don't remember if this stays. Oh, it actually does. There you go. It just goes right in there. So slides in, which is kind of dirty. Okay. Probably will try to clean that. So we want to do also. I'm gonna change the puddle lights. The puddle lights. It's currently LED white. So what I want to change it is with a Mercedes-Benz logo. So basically the puddle light's going to show Mercedes-Benz logo down on the floor on the ground, and I would probably prefer that. A lot of newer Mercedes does have that. I bought that logo, that light, for I'll say about a year and a half ago, but just never had the chance to install it. I didn't want to take the chance of breaking this again. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna be replacing this mirror cover with, I'll show you guys which one. If I could just get this back in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it there loose. The new mirror cover is, so this is the new mirror cover, all carbon fiber, real carbon fiber. It's not the fake one. So most mirror covers doesn't come with this whole piece. It's just basically the cover itself with a double-sided tape, and you just basically just put it over it, which kind of is tacky, but cheaper, but tacky same time. That'll be good, especially if you're worried about breaking your glass, and the fact that you're not really mechanical engineer for your hand, so you want to just go the cheap route and just put it over. So, which is fine. So this is what I'm talking about, this little flare here. So that's what I want to put on there, and so it looks great. What do you guys think? Let me know. You guys think it's nice or not? They do have a forged carbon fiber one, but they don't have one made similar to this design. It's just this one. So forged carbon fiber, I did think about that, but I wanted to try out this design, so I just bought this. If maybe I get bored one day, probably switch. Who knows? Okay, so that's how you take it off, and all the little pieces. It's not that hard. You just gotta unscrew it. There's a screw here, screw there. Basically, take it out, and you're just gonna put the new turn signal light on here. Same thing. If you want to change the turn signal on here, this is sequential turn signals. It works really good with it. So when you turn, it's a amber lighting when you turn, and it goes a sequential way. So it kind of just like how the Mustangs has it. They kind of flow along. And then when you close the door, or actually when you unlock your door, it's a white light. And same thing when you lock your door. I think locking your door, it's amber. And then after it changes to a white light, showing that, okay, a little cool effect. You could purchase this anywhere, even on eBay or Amazon, so it's not that quite expensive. Probably $50, give or take, 50 to 100. So that's about it. So when you guys remove that, that's how you do that, and place everything back to the way it was. Also, be careful when the wiring sticks out. You want to put the wiring inside, slide it in.
Babe,
Yeah.
it's almost 9.
Okay, so that's how you do it. If you want to change your puddle light, same thing. You will have to be careful of taking out the mirror. So behind it, it's pretty simple and easy. When you do that, just basically there's a little metal clips here. You're gonna push it inwards, and you're gonna pop it out. Just be very careful you don't crack the mirror. Mirror is really expensive. It's not cheap, so it's actually more expensive than this part. So, or just about the same price, give or take where you purchase it. I purchased this on eBay, so I think it cost me about $130, $132, not sure, including tax and then free shipping. So hopefully you guys like the video. You guys got any questions, let me know. Hopefully I can help you out with it. Subscribe and like. Okay, so we're gonna be removing the mirror to replace the puddle light. So most of the vehicles, these Mercedes, they come with basic, you know, kind of yellowish lighting for the puddle, and a lot of people want to change it to, of course, bright whites. This time for me, I want to change it to a Mercedes logo, so I got them right over here. Trying to remember where I put them. And then it's basically gonna be the same thing, same design, but there's a projector on here, so it's gonna project whatever logo it's on here. It is gonna be facing a different direction, so you are gonna have a left and right. And for you to know, you have an R here. As for the other one, you have an L for left. So left, basically while you're sitting in your vehicle, the driver's side is the left side, and the passenger is on the right. So they do have the little stickers here, so you're gonna place some kind of little foam, so that way you don't get any water damage into them. So you're gonna place them right on the inside of here. Actually, yeah, interesting. I get why they did it that way. You can place these little things right in there. Technically, I don't think you really need them, because I'm not entirely sure if this also lights up, but we'll see. So what you want to do to remove this, of course, you're going to remove the mirror like I showed you, and then you're going to need a flathead, but you do have to be very careful because you break those tabs. They are made out of plastic, and this whole piece is going to be expensive. So just gotta find out where I put my flathead. I just had it earlier and it's missing. Got it. I just cleaned it and didn't notice. So these little tabs right in here, you could kind of see. Oops, almost kind of laid that out flat. Okay. So there's little tabs right in here. The one on the outer side. There's one here, and one here. As well as the inside of this, there should be one more. Oh, I cannot see where it is. But you're gonna have to pull that out. Pull on this end. Just be careful you don't break it. You don't put too much pressure, and you also don't crack the mirror. So right now I kind of placed it back in, so you're just gonna have to kind of go in there a little bit, back and forth. Usually this should make these a lot easier, where there's a screw. Let me double check. It's been a while since the last time I did take this off, so I want to be verified, make sure it wasn't a screw that's hanging on to it. And I don't see one. Thought of mosquitoes or bugs. I think one bit me. Yeah, I don't think I see one. Don't know where it is. So it looks like, yeah, from these three tabs right here, and there should be one more. Fortunately, it's hard to see where it is. Can't tell where it's at the moment. So this is already loose. I just need to take out this side. Just gotta be very careful with it and find the other one that's being held on. It's been a very long time since the last time I did this. Not sure exactly where it was. Okay, kind of you guys missed out. So you gotta pull a little bit, but you just gotta be careful. So you're gonna have to push these out a little bit too, because it's actually weighing, adding a little bit of pressure. There are a lot of tabs, but the main ones are basically one here, 2, 3. There should be one more right here, 4. That one's a little bit hard to get to since it's hard to see. Once you get that, you kind of pry it out on one side where it has more loose ends, and it should come out. Just be very careful you don't break it. So the next portion part is you're gonna have to place this somewhere where it will not fall, and I will just be placing it right off to the side, and I don't want to break this. Usually you would unplug all this, but I'm kind of not, you know, in the mood to actually take it all off. Well, let's try it, because these little tabs, they break easily, so you really got to be careful. Also the mirror too, you got to plug these in the correct spot again, because you don't, then it's kind of you know, way out of place and it won't function properly like it should. It would be nice if I could just put this here. Hopefully I can kind of work my way into, let's see where it is, right over here. So I need to be able to take this guy out. Let's see if we can see. It's been a long time. I think I'm missing a screw over here. Interesting. Don't remember. What I might have forgot to, or not. It's probably missing the whole time. So let me get this out. Let's take a look and see where's the rest that you can actually pry out. So there's gonna be screws. Oh yeah, there's a screw here, a screw down there. But that was the reason why, for you to be able to remove it, but the problem is you can't, because this mirror is blocking that screw here, so you can't remove it at all. So it makes no difference. Alright guys, so we have ourselves a T10 torque bit socket. Torque bit. We're gonna use that. And there's a little hole, there's a screw right down underneath here. Gonna remove that. There was another screw here. I'm not sure what happened to that one. I'm curious, what did I do with that? It's a possibility I probably dropped it and lost it. There's that one. So I'm just gonna leave that there so I don't lose it. There's a little tab here, so you want to pry that out. Use a flathead can, and I keep losing it. So you're gonna pry this open. That way you could pop this out, because it is being held on by a tab. So this will fall down. Be careful you don't drop the mirror. So that's the thing I'm worried about at the moment. Would suggest removing these wires. That way you don't have to worry about, you know, letting it fall. So this bottom piece will fall and drop, and that's where you remove the portion of this. I would suggest removing the whole entire piece, and I would say tape off where you know you need to. That way you know which portion goes where exactly. I like to just place this off to the side because I kind of don't want to move all the wirings here. So you can loosen up the wire. I'm just gonna place this right over here. Hopefully that doesn't fall. Kind of dangerous, because I don't want that to fall and have to purchase another one for no reason. So the other section, I think it's this one, this guy. I'm trying to see, remember, yes it is. There's a little tab right over here that will drop this lower. Just be careful. And there should be one more right over here that's holding it in place, which looks like it's, is it broken? Oh. So they press on together, the latch on, and then you just push it down a little bit and it should come off just like that. So there's a bulb here which you want to remove, and that portion you want to take a look at this, make sure they match before you start placing them on. There's little prongs in there. There's two. Double check that, because that is going to be different wiring for it. Never did take it off back in the past, so I'm not sure what it looks like now. Currently, there's a tab here. So you want to pop that open. Just be careful also, because you don't want to break that. Then again, then you won't be able to hold this in place. You accidentally break it. So just using your hand. Nothing else is holding it in place. Just this. So that's the only thing that kind of scares me, because I don't want to break it. There you go. That's that. And then this will kind of loosen up itself. Basically, that's what the LED is right there. That's pretty bright still. I would definitely still keep this on here, but unfortunately I kind of want something new out of it, so that's what it looks like. So I think there is no plug-in for this. Let's take a look. You know what, there is. That is the inside of it, so you do push it in. Thought there wasn't, but there is. So basically the interior of this is the same design as this. So you get the little side linings over there where it just plugs straight in and this goes right on. So you want to do is put it in there. Hopefully that does light up. I did unplug the battery. So I'm not entirely sure if it's working. I think it should be fine. But once it turns on, let me actually plug in the battery. Let me do that. Alright guys, so you do gotta press it in all the way. There's a little logo right down there. Where is it? Right down on my feet. You gotta push it in all the way in. So this is fine. Perfect. Interesting. There's a logo there. But yeah, so once you put everything back together, that's actually nice. That's gonna be something different. So I like it. So basically it's just gonna be on the floor just like that. This is great. This is awesome, guys. So push this rubber piece all the way in. So try not to break it, but make sure it's all the way in, inserted. So kind of wiggle it in place, and then it should be in. It should light up, and that projector will work. So I'm gonna put everything back together in one piece. So hopefully you guys like the video. You know, if you guys feel like there's something I did wrong, let me know. Definitely, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So please like and subscribe. See you guys next time on whatever else I do to this car or other cars that I work with.